Welcome to Arkadelphia, Arkansas, to the campus of Henderson State University, and to D. White Field on a beautiful late March, early spring afternoon. Blue skies everywhere you look, not a cloud in sight. 70 degrees for first pitch as Henderson State welcomes in the Christian Brothers Lady Bucks for a twin billing on Tuesday afternoon. Henderson State looking to keep it rolling after the weekend where they won and swept the series against Northwestern Oklahoma State, won 3 in a row against the Lady Rangers. They're going to try to make it 2 in a row here today against their old Gulf South opponents, the Christian Brothers, the Lady Bucks out of Christian Brothers, who come in to this midweek matchup on a 3-game losing streak. So 2 teams going in opposite directions right now as Becca Almond takes the circle and steps on the rubber for Henderson State. Almond today making her 11th appearance, 5th start. She's thrown 19 and a third innings this season. Struck out 6 batters. Digging in for the Lady Bucks is Ashley Dyer. Dyer, the CBU shortstop, takes outside into the opposite batter's box, 1-0 here at D. White Field. 1-0 from Almond. Strike 1. Fastball catches the top of the zone. Winds blowing out to left field today, blowing east. Dyer digs back in, left-handed hitter, 1-1. Takes 2-1. Breaking ball skips and hits the front of the plate. 2-1. Outside, 3-1. Dyer, a good plate appearance so far, looking to give the Lady Bucks a leadoff base runner here in the top of the first in a scoreless ball game. 3-1. Strike called. Almond catches the outside corner, and the count full here. 3-2. Hit hard. Diving stop made by White. On her knees, throw to first in time. Ashlyn White. That was Zoe White flashing the leather. Henderson State robs the Lady Bucks of a leadoff single as Zoe White, a bona fide web gem, to record the first out of the afternoon. Almond, first pitch to Josie Bond, is ball 1. Bond, the leading hitter on this Lady Bucks team in terms of average, batting .354 this season. Another lefty hitter. Strike 1. 1-1 the count. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bases empty. We're scoreless here in the top of the first. Henderson welcoming the visitors from Memphis, the Christian Brothers Lady Bucks. 1-1. Make it 1-2. Strike at the knees from Almond. 1-2. Slapped hit. Left side of the infield. Line out as Bond rips it to the third baseman Taylor Sled. Sled with the quick hands to make the catch for the second out. So Almond, Henderson State's starting pitcher, looking to work a clean top of the first. First pitch swinging by Mackenzie Puckett. Fouled back and out of play. 0-1. Puckett digs in as the third hitter for the Lady Bucks, but first right-handed hitter. 0-1. Make it 0-2. Off speed pitch, catches the outside corner. Almond looking for her first strikeout of the afternoon. It would be her 7th K of 2021. Doesn't get it. Outside, easy take by Puckett. As she leaves it into the opposite batter's box. 1-2. Check swing. Puckett keeps the bat back. Count goes even 2-2. Even alignment on Puckett, not expecting her to pull or go opposite field. 2-2. Center right field. Shallow. Larry coming on to make the play. She's got it. And the Reddies retire the Lady Bucks 1-2-3 in the top of the first. We'll be back with the bottom half. You're listening to Ready Softball on the Henderson State Sports Network. Welcome back to D. White Field. Beautiful day here on the campus of Henderson State University. As Mr. Cub would say, what a day to play two. Got a doubleheader Tuesday afternoon. Henderson State playing the Lady Bucks of Christian Brothers. Henderson State batting here in the bottom of the first. Scoreless ball game as Caitlin O'Quinn, lefty slap hitter, digs in for the Reddies. She faces the Lady Bucks starting pitcher Macy Cumming. Cumming misses outside, 1-0. O'Quinn, the Henderson State freshman from Coppell, Texas, has been sensational this year. She skews a 1-0 off the hands, and a nice play made by the shortstop Dyer. Softly hit, but Dyer charged and made a strong throw across the diamond to throw out O'Quinn. O'Quinn comes into the doubleheader batting .417, by far the best average on the Reddies. She's got 10 more hits than the next player on the team, but Dyer flashes some leather of her own to retire O'Quinn. Here in the bottom of the first is Zoe White digs in, and speaking of flashing the leather, it was Zoe White who's already got the play of the day candidate. In the top of the first, she made a diving stop on Christian Brothers leadoff hitter Ashley Dyer, who thought she had a single up the middle, but White made a diving play, threw her out as White skews one foul. 0-2 quickly on White, who had a fantastic weekend a couple days ago as the Reddies won 3 against Northwestern Oklahoma State. White went a combined 4 for 7 over the weekend with 4 runs scored. 0-2 to White. That runs inside for a ball, 1-2. White trying to give Henderson State what would be the first base runner of the game. CBU went down in order in the top half of the first. 1-2 to White. High and outside. White gives it a look, but keeps the bat on the shoulders wisely. And the count evened up 2-2. 2-2. Inside. And White, after 2 straight foul balls to start the AB, has now taken 3 straight outside the zone. Count has run full. Cumming has walked 14, struck out 15. 3-2. We'll have another one fouled off down the third base side. Cumming, the CBU pitcher, making her 11th appearance, 4th start, 30 2/3 innings so far, giving up 31 earned runs in 30 2/3 innings. 3-2. This will fall in for a hit. White took the inside pitch, fought it off into left field, and Willingham never had a chance to get over there. White stays hot, and the Reddies have a base runner with 1 on and 1 out in the bottom of the first. White rose her batting average 40 points last weekend, and it's going to go up there with a 1-out single. Henderson State with the first base runner of the ball game in the bottom of the first. 1 on, 1 out as Abby Moore digs in. Moore takes a ball low, count 1-0. Wind's really gusting out to left field. If Moore pulls one, she's definitely got home run power. She can make this a 2-0 ball game with one swing of a bat. And she almost does that. She hits it over the head of the left fielder Willingham. It skips off the wall, and Henderson State has 2 runners in scoring position. That's a double for Moore as White slides into third safely, and Henderson State threatens with Taylor Sled coming to the plate. 2 in scoring position, 1 out in the bottom of the first. Fastball right down the middle by Cumming, and Moore knew exactly what to do with it. White on third, Moore on second. Sled takes the first pitch of her at-bat. Low into the turf, 1-0. Taylor Sled, a 5'6" freshman out of Benton, Arkansas. 1-0. Make it 1-1. Strike at the knees on the inside corner. Sled getting the start at third today and batting cleanup. So Sled's got a big responsibility in this Reddies lineup today. 1-1. That runs inside, and that clips the hip of Sled. She walks down to first, and the bases are loaded after the plunk. That is the 4th pitch that Sled has been hit by this season in just 21 at-bats. So the base is loaded now for the Reddies, and Kaylee Reese is coming up to the plate. Reese playing left field, splitting the lineup for the Reddies, batting 5th. Henderson State threatening in a big way here in the bottom of the first. Henderson State looking to pick up right where they left off on Saturday when they scored a season-high 11 runs in a win over Northwestern Oklahoma State. First pitch to Reese. First pitch swinging. Popped up, shallow left field. White tags at third. She takes a few false steps home, but stays put as Willingham made the catch in left and got it back to the infield quickly. Willingham fought the wind there as it's, again, really gusting into left field. 15, 20 miles an hour winds today here at D. White Field as Christian Brothers gets a big second out here with the bases loaded in the bottom of the first. Still scoreless. Addie Jordan digging in. The freshman catcher, Jordan, takes a fastball high and outside, 1-0. Jordan, freshman out of Conway, Arkansas. Bases loaded, 1-0. 1-1 right down the pipe from Cumming. Henderson State has the bases loaded. Bottom of the first. The Reddies looking to score the game's first run. 2 outs here. 1-1 to Jordan. That runs inside. 2-1. White on third, Moore on second, Sled on first. White single to left field with 1 out, then Moore double to the left field wall. And then Sled occupied a vacant first base after being hit by a pitch. A lazy liner on the 2-1, and it's caught by the shortstop Dyer. Henderson State loads the bases with 1 out in the bottom of the first, but cannot score a run. The Lady Bucks work in and out of a jam. We're tied. We'll go to the second inning, 0-0 on the Henderson State Sports Network. Welcome back to D. White Field. Beautiful day here on the campus of Henderson State University. Heading to the second inning, scoreless ball game as Kendall Westbrooks digs in for the Lady Bucks. Henderson State threatened in the bottom of the first, loaded the bases with one out. But a pop up to left and a lazy line out to short ended the inning as Westbrooks takes the 1-0 just high above the belt, 2-0. Almond, Henderson State's starting pitcher today, worked a 1-2-3 first as Westbrook digs back in for the Lady Bucks. 2-0. Make it 3-0. Almond's fastball runs inside. Westbrook's second on the Lady Bucks in average, 304, second in hits with 14. And Westbrooks thought she had ball 4, but a strike called at the top of the zone, 3-1. Westbrooks batting cleanup, trying to give the Lady Bucks their first base runner. 3-1 from Almond. Swung on, hit to right center field, a long run from Larry, but she gets on her horse and makes the play. And that play not an easy one to make, as that ball was being pushed by the wind away from Larry as she ran to the left, or excuse me, ran to her right. Nice play by Larry for the first out of the inning. Same location, and Henderson State in trouble. O'Quinn and Larry collide in right center field, and Willingham stands on third for the Lady Bucks with a triple. So that one sent to the same spot, the right center field gap, but hit a little harder and a little farther. Larry, the right fielder, and O'Quinn, the center fielder, didn't communicate, and they bumped into each other out in right center field as Lady Bucks all of a sudden threatening here in the top of the second. Scoreless ball game, but Christian Brothers trying to change that with their designated hitter, Gabby Schultz. Schultz takes a fastball inside corner, 0-1. Fastball skips off the turf, 1-1. Henderson State not bringing the infield in, so Reddies appear to be willing to sacrifice the run for the out as Willingham stands on third, 1-1. That's low at the ankles of Schultz, 2-1. Almond 1 1/3 inning now. Giving up one hit, no walks, no Ks. 2-1 to Schultz, 3-1. Almond has allowed hitters counts on two of the first three batters she has faced here now in the top of the second. Westbrook flew out on a 3-1 as Schultz hits it hard to the third baseman Sled. Sled looks back. Willingham at third, throws across the diamond for the out, and Willingham stays put as Schultz is thrown out by a step and a half. So a really nice play by Sled over at third base to keep Willingham honest, but also get the out at first. And now the Reddies don't need to worry about Willingham with two outs. Strike called. Almond gets the nod on the outside corner, 0-1, as Elena McGill, the Christian Brothers third baseman, takes a strike. McGill, another righty hitter for the Christian Brothers, digs in. 0-1. 1-1 now. The first two batters in the Lady Bucks lineup, both lefties. Dyer and Bond, lefty hitters, but the rest of the lineup, all righties. So 2 lefties to start, and then 7 righties. 1-1. That's low. 2-1. Henderson State trying to keep it scoreless in the top of the second. 2 outs. Trying to work around a 1-out triple by Memory Willingham. 2-1. That's low. 3-1. Almond is facing her 4th batter of the inning, and it's been a 3-1 count now on 3 of them. So as far as the count goes, good opportunities here for the Lady Bucks to swing away. 3-1. Dribbler, left side, sled to third baseman. Gathers and fires for the 3rd out. Taylor Sled making solid plays at the hot corner to keep it scoreless. Reddies will bat when we return. 0-0, bottom of the 2nd. You're listening to Reddies Softball on the Henderson State Sports Network. Welcome back to D. White Field on the campus of Henderson State University. The Reddies welcoming in the Lady Bucks of Christian Brothers for a midweek non-conference doubleheader. The Reddies come into this one on a 3-game winning streak. Lady Bucks go in the other direction on a 3-game losing streak. The Reddies lead things off in the bottom of inning number 2 with their first baseman and 7th hitter Morgan Reeves. She takes high and outside, 1-0 from Lady Bucks starting pitcher Macy Cumming. 1-0. Off speed pitch, catches the knees, 1-1. Just an immaculate day here at the ballpark. Late March, but early spring. Not a cloud in sight. Reeve takes the 1-1 inside, 2-1. 15 to 20 mile an hour winds blowing out to left field. Reeve, the righty hitter, looking to use those winds and maybe put the Reddies in front with one swing of the bat. 2-1, hit hard right at the center fielder Westbrooks, who sprints in to make a running catch for the first out of the inning. Reeve hit that right on the barrel. That is a batting practice looking swing right there. That's a great piece of hitting by Reeve. Unfortunately, right at a black and red jersey for an L8 and the first out of the bottom of the 2nd inning. This will bring up Crystal Larry, who pulls the bunt attempt back as the off-speed pitch from Cumming flutters outside, 1-0. Larry, 5'4" freshman out of Folk, Arkansas. Once again, squares to bunt. This time pulls it back, swings, pops it up. It's foul, but enough room over there for the first baseman Puckett to make the play in front of the Lady Bucks dugout on the first base line. So 2 quick outs in the back pocket of the Lady Bucks pitcher Cumming here in the bottom of the 2nd. Ashlyn Taylor, Henderson State's shortstop and 9-hole hitter, digs in to try to give the Reddies a boost. First pitch to Taylor. Fastball called for a strike. Taylor, a local product, 5'4" sophomore from just down the road, went to Arkadelphia High School, check swing, but it got a piece of the bat. Count goes 0-2. 2 outs, bases empty, bottom of the 2nd, 0-0 ball game. Both teams have had their chances to score so far. 0-2 to Taylor. Outside, 1-2. The Reddies loaded the bases in the bottom of the 1st. with 1 out, couldn't get the job done. The Lady Bucks had a 1-out triple in the top of the second by Memory Willingham, but couldn't drive her home. So again, 0-0, bottom of the second, 1-2 to Taylor. Swing and a miss. Cumming pulls the string, gets the K. We'll go to the third, 0-0 on the Henderson State Sports Network. Welcome back to D. White Field, top of the third. Becca Allman remains in the circle for the Reddies. She fires the fastball, but it misses low at the shins of the Lady Bucks 8-hole hitter and their catcher, Kara Alexander. Alexander digs back in, 1-0 from Almond. 1-1. This time Almond elevates the fastball just slightly, catches the knees of Alexander. Scoreless ball game, 1-1 the count. Top of the third, base is empty. Hit hard, right center field, going to be a tough play. And this drops in for a single as Alexander splits Henderson State's center fielder and the right fielder. But O'Quinn, the center fielder, cuts it off before that ball can get to the wall, into the gap, as Alexander has a leadoff single here in the top of the third with nobody out. Ashlyn Hinton digs in. Hinton looking for her first hit of the season. First pitch to Hinton. She squares to bunt, fouls it off the end of the bat, 0-1. Almond got the start for the Reddies today. Has gone 2+ innings now, giving up 2 hits. One of them triples. Hasn't walked any, hasn't struck out any. A quick visit to the circle from the Reddies backstop today, Addie Jordan. 0-1 to Hinton, squared to bunt, fouled off the first time. Squares to bunt again, and it's through the wickets of the catcher Jordan. That's going to be a wild pitch. And without the bunt, Alexander will move up to second as the count goes to 1-1. And now, if you're the Lady Bucks, you can keep the bunt on and move Alexander to third with 1 out and bring up your leadoff hitter, Ashley Dyer. 1-1. Hitting squares, gets the bunt down. Sled, the third baseman, charges, gathers, fires, and gets Hinton easily, but Hinton gets the job done as Alexander advances to third. So a wild pitch and the sac bunt gives the Lady Bucks their second opportunity to bring home a runner from third with 1 out. They were unable to do that in the in the top of the second. And a bunt is pulled back, throw down to third, and Alexander is tagged out. A miscommunication of sorts. It looked like the Lady Bucks had the safety squeeze on as Dyer tried to bunt the ball, but couldn't get a piece of it. Pitch high, count 1-1 now. And hit Alexander on third was going to come home. for a safety squeeze. But she got too far off the base, and Henderson State's catcher Jordan threw behind and picked her off. What a play by Jordan. What a throw. A nice tag by Taylor Sled, the third baseman. So the base path's white clean as this 2-1 is lifted to right. Larry hauls it in to end the inning, and the Lady Bucks unable to get the job done for the second straight inning as they have a runner on third with one out, but are held scoreless. We'll go to the bottom of the third. Reddies will try to break a 0-0 tie on the Henderson State Sports Network. Welcome back to D. White Field. Caitlin O'Quinn digs in for the second time as we begin the bottom of the third. Scoreless ball game between the Reddies and their guests today, the Christian Brothers Lady Bucks. Strike called at the knees of O'Quinn as she moves up and out the front door of the batter's box. O'Quinn, a slap hitter, a lefty hitter, always moving as she swings the bat to try to get down the first base line as quick as possible. O'Quinn does just that, slaps it to the left side, right at the third baseman, McGill. McGill gets the Sunday hop right at the head and throws O'Quinn out 5-3 for the first out of the half inning. Bottom of the third, base path is empty, 0-0. Zoe White digs in for the Reddies. White with one of Henderson's 2 hits today. And she's got hit number 2. Zoe White swings at the first pitch and singles through the left side. Reddies have a one-out base runner in the bottom of the third. Welcome back to D. White Field, top of the fourth inning. Henderson State hosting the Christian Brothers Lady Bucks. Becca Almond, Henderson State starter, and Macy Cumming, the Lady Bucks starter, in a pitcher's duel here. Almond back into the circle to work the top of the fourth for the Reddies as Josie Bond digs in for the Lady Bucks. Bond, the second baseman and the two-hole hitter for CBU, leads off the top of the fourth and takes a strike at the knees. Oh, 1. Weakly hit right side. Takes a one hop in front of the second baseman, White. And White gathers it in, and throws Bond out 4-3 for out number 1. Puckett digs in. First pitch to Puckett from Almond. That's popped up, and it drifts out of play, 0-1. Almond, 3 1/3. 2 hits. One of those 2 hits, a triple. No walks, no Ks. 0-1, high and outside. As Puckett takes 1-1 the count. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Nobody on the base paths. Top of the fourth inning. Off the end of the bat, this will tail out of play. 1-2. Scoreless ball game. Both the Lady Bucks and the Reddies have had their chances. Henderson State loaded the bases 1 out in the bottom of the first. Couldn't get the job done. CBU got a runner on third with 1 out in the second and the third and couldn't make something happen as Almond misses badly on the 1-2. 2-2 now. Almond fortunate that didn't run inside and hit Puckett. 2-2. That stays above the belt. At the lettering across the jerseys for CBU. 3-2 now. 3-2 again, out of play. Winds still gusting out to left field. Still beautiful blue skies here today at D. White. 3-2. Popped up. Right side of the infield, the second baseman, White, should have no problem and does have no problem. She gathers it in. P4. White busy over there here in the top of the fourth. White threw out Bond to start the inning and then catches Puckett's pop out for out number 2. Kendall Westbrooks digs in. Base is empty. Swinging first pitch. Hit hard, but right at the third baseman, Sled. Sled crouches to control it and fires out Westbrooks. 3 up, 3 down on the top of the fourth. Henderson State continues to look for offense. We're scoreless going into the bottom of the fourth. You're listening to Ready Softball. Welcome back to D. White Field, bottom of the fourth. All window frames on the scoreboard out in right field. Henderson State and their guests, the Christian Brothers Lady Bucks, knotted at 0, bottom of the fourth. as Kaylee Reese, the Reddies left fielder and leadoff hitter, takes low and outside. Ball one on Christian Brothers' starter today, Macy Cumming. 1-0 to Reese. Reese squares to bunt, pulls it back. That's called for a ball, 2-0. 3+ innings dealt by Cumming. She's allowed 3 hits, one of them a double off the bat of Abby Moore. No walks, 1 K. 2-0. 2-1. Reese fouls it out of play down the left field line. Reese, a 5'6" junior out of Rio Vista, Texas, on a 5-game hitting streak. Looking to extend it to 6 games on the 2-1. That gets away from the catcher, Alexander, but the base path's empty, so no issue for the CBU backstop, other than the count going 3-1, and Kaylee Reese having a nice opportunity here to give the Reddies a leadoff base runner here in the bottom of the 4th. Reese, one of 3 lefties in the Henderson State lineup today, as she chops it foul. Swinging bunt, left of the third base line. McGill charged, but that was out of play already. Reese returns to the dish and helped out by her teammate, Addie Jordan, who is on deck and returns the bat to the left fielder, Reese. 3-2. Hit right side, right at the second baseman Bond. She crouches, controls, and fires for the 4-3 out. And Henderson State will look to Addie Jordan now, their freshman catcher out of Conway, Arkansas, for a base runner here in the bottom of the 4th. Jordan digs in, 0 for 1. Hits it hard, right center field. A nice running catch by Hinton. Sprinted to her right to make the play. She was playing closer to the line than you might expect over down the right field corner. But Hinton makes a good read, takes a good first step, and Jordan flies out. She's now 0 for 2. Morgan Reeve digs in. Reeve swings. Sends a high pop up down the left field line. Oh, 0-1 to Reeve after the foul. 0-2. Reeve swings through. And Cumming putting together another nice inning here. Set the Reddies down in order in the 2nd. Worked around a 1-out single in the 3rd. Cumming off to her best start of the season, looking to retire Reeve for her 2nd K. Can't do it, but the count will stay at 0-2 as Reeve pops it up, back, and out of play. Reeve hit it hard, but right at a black and red jersey in her first at-bat, in the 2nd, lined out to center. 0-2 to Reeve. Outside with the fastball as Cumming misses into the opposite batter's box. 1-2. Reeve looking to start a 2-out rally for the Reddies in a scoreless ball game. Base paths empty, 2 outs, bottom of a scoreless 4th inning. 1-2 to Reeve. Popped up. The shortstop Dyer calls for it and makes the play for the 3rd out. We'll go to the 5th. 0-0. Reddies and the Lady Bucks on the Henderson State Sports Network. Yeah. Welcome back to D. White Field. Top of the fifth, scoreless ball game. Becca Almond, first pitch swinging from Memory Willingham, and that's going to be ruled an error on Ashlyn Taylor, and an error, I believe, on Kaylee Reese. So 2 errors as it rolled by Taylor at shortstop and rolled by Reese in left field. Willingham reached first on the error on Taylor, and then after it got away from Reese in left field, she took second. So 2 errors on one swing of the bat has Christian Brothers with a runner in scoring position. Nobody out in the top of the 6th as Schultz lays down the bunt. Almond to the pitcher charges, throws out Schultz at first. 1-4 as the second baseman White was covering. This is the 3rd time Christian Brothers has had a runner on third with just 1 out. It gets away from the catcher, Jordan. But Willingham unable to come home. Maybe didn't get a good jump. Maybe didn't get a good read. Henderson State, though, dodges a bullet. That could have been the game's first run. And the way this is going, it could have turned into the game's winning run as it's 0-0 on the top of the 5th, 1-0. Now 2-0 as Almond misses low to Elena McGill. Christian Brothers' 7th hitter, their 3rd baseman today. 2-0, 1 out. This drops in for a single, and Christian Brothers has broken the 0-0 tie. That is going to be an unearned run on Almond as the runner who came home to score, Willingham, reached on an error. But it doesn't matter how she reaches. It still counts, and it's 1-0. Lady Bucks here in the top of the 5th. 1 on, 1 out now. 1-run ball game as Alexander takes a strike on the outer half. 0-1. McGill on first. Alexander takes low at the shins, 1-1. Alexander 1 for 1 today, single to center. In the 3rd, swinging strike 2. It appeared for a second McGill was set to take off for second base, but just a few false steps and she returns to the bag. 1-2 the count. Almond still looking for her first strikeout today. Check, swing. Alexander went around. Tried to hold up. She could not. That's a big out number 2 here in the top of the 5th. The damage done. Christian Brothers got a single from McGill that scored Willingham as Hinton pops up and out to shallow left field. But Christian Brothers leads 1-0. Henderson State now officially with work to do. They trail 1-0. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th on the Henderson State Sports Network. Welcome back to D. White Field. Reddies trail 1-0 to the visitors. The Christian Brothers Lady Bucks. The Lady Bucks got an unearned run in the top of the fifth. McGill singled down the left field line, scoring Willingham, who reached second on 2 errors on 1 swing of the bat. Was brought over to third with a sacrifice bunt and singled home. With 1 out, Henderson State trails 1-0. And they've got work to do if they want to extend their winning streak to 4 games. Madison Harris pinch hits here in the bottom of the fifth to lead things off. Harris just playing in her 4th game of the season. She's registered 4 at-bats as she fouls off the 1-0, 1-1. Harris does not have a hit. She struck out twice. 1-1 from Cumming. Harris reaches out, fouls it out of play. 1-2. Cumming has been excellent today for the Lady Bucks. 4+ innings now, 3 hits, no walks, 1 strikeout. One, two. Popped up. Very shallow center. The shortstop, Dyer, waves for it, makes the play behind second base, just into the outfield turf for out number 1. So Cumming hasn't induced a lot of swinging strikes today, but she's just pounded the zone and forced the Reddies to beat her with the bats, and Henderson State simply hasn't done it. The Reddies just with 3 hits as Ashlyn Taylor digs in, and this is hit number 4. So Taylor trying to make up for her defensive error in the top of the 5th. As she singles through the left side with 1 out in the bottom half. The Reddies now with 1 out and 1 on as the lineup resets for Caitlin O'Quinn. And we'll have a quick stoppage as the Reddies head coach David Martinez will insert a pinch runner. This will be Bree Jones running for Ashlyn Taylor at first. We'll take a quick break. Welcome back to D. White Field. Reddies trail 1-0. 1 out, bottom of the 5th. Bree Jones, the pinch runner, on first as O'Quinn takes outside, ball 1. Henderson State got a base runner with Ashlyn Taylor, who singled through the left side. Taylor now 1 for 2. Henderson State's 4th hit, but unable to bring a runner home. Jones at first. Swinging strike 1 on O'Quinn. 1-1 now the count. 1 out, 1 on. Bottom of the 5th. Reddies trail 1-0. Henderson State hosting the Christian Brothers Lady Bucks in midweek non-conference action. 1-1. Swung on. Loop to left field, but it drifts foul. Willingham, the left fielder, tried to make a spectacular play on that one, but was going to be almost impossible for her to get a glove on it as it flutters foul, and the count goes 1-2. O'Quinn came into this one batting .417, best average on the squad. Came in with a 9-game hitting streak. 1-2. O'Quinn swings through, strike 3. Jones slides to second safely as the throw was there from the catcher Alexander, but the shortstop Dyer couldn't make the catch. As the softball dipped under her glove, Jones slides in safely. O'Quinn strikes out for out number 2. And Zoe White, who has been Henderson's best hitter today, digs in with a big opportunity to tie this ball game. White already 2 for 2. Trying to tie it with a base hit. First pitch to White, high and outside. 1-0. White singled down the left field line, and the first. Singled through the left side in the third. 1-0. Hit hard to right field, and a running basket catch made by Hinton. The right fielder saves a run, and it's a 1-0 ball game. Lady Bucks in front. We'll go to the sixth on the Henderson State Sports Network. Welcome back to D. White Field. The Lady Bucks trying to add to their 1-0 lead here as we start the top of the sixth. Ashley Dyer digs in and takes a strike on the outside corner. 0-1. Almond remains in the circle for the Reddies. She's been great. Just hasn't gotten any help from the Henderson State Bats. 0-1. 1-1. Almond misses outside. Almond now 5+ innings, given up 3 hits, 1 run. It was unearned. Hasn't issued a walk, struck out 1 batter. 1-1. Hit to the right side, and this will be an infield single for Dyer. Reeve, the first baseman, dove to her right, couldn't knock it down. White, the second baseman, gloved it, but she was too deep in the hole, and Dyer was too far down the first base line. White never had a chance to beat her to the bag. That'll be an infield single for Dyer. And the Lady Bucks have a leadoff hitter on in the top of the sixth. Sacrifice bunt laid down by Bond. Right back to the pitcher. Almond charges, fields, and fires to throw out Bond at first, but Dyer goes to second. And CBU has a runner in scoring position as they try to double their lead here in the top of the sixth with 1 out. It appears that the Lady Bucks are going to go to their dugout and go to a pinch hitter. This is number 18, Bree Brady, hitting in place of the first baseman, Mackenzie Puckett. So Puckett 0 for 2. Pinch hit for by Bree Brady. Brady usually in the lineup. She started 16 of CBU 17 games this year. First pitch to Brady. Low, 1-0. Brady hitting .229 this season. Tied for third on the team with 11 hits. Just second on the team. 10 RBI. Strike called inside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 1 runner on for the Lady Bucks in a 1-0 ball game, top of the sixth. Christian Brothers in front. 1-1. Brady fouls it back. 1-2. As Brady just missed it. Almond trying to keep this a 1-run game. The way Henderson State has swung the bats today, doesn't appear like Henderson State can be able to make up any more damage. Fly out center field. This is hauled in by O'Quinn, who ranged to her left to make the play. Dyer kept it second as Almond records the second out of the inning. So Brady's pinch hit opportunity goes wanting as Westbrook digs in and takes low, ball 1. 1-0 ball game, 1-0 count, top of the 6th. Henderson State hosting the Christian Brothers Lady Bucks. 1-0 from Almond. Hit hard, but fouled down the third base line as the count evens up 1-1. Westbrook's 0 for 2 today. Flew out to right in the second, grounded out to the third baseman, Taylor Sled, in the fourth. One, 1-2. This is fouling out of play. Almond has just one strikeout victim, looking to double that total. And she's ahead 1-2 on Westbrooks. Dyer on second. Outside, Almond doesn't get the call. Count goes 2-2 with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Christian Brothers scored an unearned run in the top of the 5th. That's the game's only run as Westbrooks hammers this one to left center field, and this is gone. A 2-run home run for Kendall Westbrooks, and with one swing of a bat, this is a 3-0 ball game as Christian Brothers gets a big piece of 2-out hitting by Westbrooks. What a clutch piece of hitting by Westbrooks. A 2-out, 2-run home run to make it 3-0 in the top of the 6th. As Willingham digs in. Willingham takes a strike inside corner. Henderson State just with 4 hits today. Now they have got 3 runs to score with 6 outs to work with as Willingham fouls it off the hands. First baseman Reeve made a run for it, but never had much of a chance. Count 0-2. Another 0-2 fouled up, but out of play. So Christian Brothers today put a runner on third with 1 out 3 times, scored just once, but then just said they'd do it with a big fly as Westbrooks hammers the 2-run homer to make it a 3-0 ball game. Willingham flies out to shallow right field. The catch made by the second baseman White, and the Reddies get out of the inning. But Christian Brothers up 3-0 will go to the bottom of the 6th on the Henderson State Sports Network. Welcome back to D. White Field. Henderson State trails 3-0. The visiting Christian Brothers Lady Bucks in front. Macy Cumming, the Lady Bucks starting pitcher today, has made Henderson State's hitters' lives very difficult. She has silenced the Reddies' bats. 5+ innings now is coming. This is high, ball 1 to Abby Moore. Coming 5 innings, 4 hits, no walks, 2 Ks. 1-0 to Moore. Owen inside. 2-0. Moore 1 for 2 today. Doubled off the left field wall in the first, lined out to third in the third. 2-0. That's low 3-0. The Lady Bucks got 1 in the top of the 5th. That run was unearned. They got 2 in the top of the 6th as Kendall Westbrooks blasted a 2-run homer over the left center field wall to give CBU some breathing room as Cumming hits the zone. 3-1 on Moore. Moore trying to give Henderson State a leadoff runner. The bottom of the 6th, Moore hits it hard off the third baseman, but McGill recovers to make the play. What a piece of defensive work by McGill. Gonna get a hand from the rest of her infielders. That one was scorched by Abby Moore. McGill just did a great job of knocking it down and sticking with it. That's the second base hit McGill has swiped from Abby Moore. Robbed her in the 3rd with a line out, and Moore has another hit taken away as Sled, who's got an 0-for-1 day going, dribbles it down the third base line, 0-1. Just been that sort of day for the Reddies. They've hit it hard multiple times, but every single time they seem to barrel it up, they seem to find a black jersey. 0-1 to Sled. That's neck high, 1-1. .68 pitches, 44 strikes for Cumming so far. 1-1 to Sled. 1-2, another ground ball down the third base line. Sled was hit by a pitch in the 1st. Went to first and occupied a vacant first base and loaded the bases with 1 out. Henderson State couldn't score. That's been their best opportunity today. They haven't scored at all. Sled swings at some high heat, chased the ball up and out of the zone, and Cumming has her 3rd strikeout of the day, her 2nd out of the bottom of the 6th, as Kaylee Reese digs in with the bases empty. So the Reddies scored 11 runs in the final game of last weekend's 3-game set against Northwestern Oklahoma State. They're being shut out so far as Reese, the left fielder and the lefty hitter, digs in and takes a ball outside and low, 1-0. Reese 0-for-2 today. A bunch of hitting streaks in jeopardy. Reese has a 5-game hit streak going. That's in jeopardy. O'Quinn's got a 9-game hitting streak going. That's in jeopardy. Reese was hit by a pitch that just ran inside. They've gotten her off the hands. Reese didn't think twice about it, so seemed to just glance off of Reese. And she will take first as Addie Jordan digs in, trying to change her fortunes as she has started 0-for-2. Reddies with a 2-out base runner, bottom of the 6th. Jordan hits it hard and deep. Left field, this ball is gone. Addie Jordan.
And that's a home run for Addie Jordan.
Makes it a 1-run ball game with 1 swing of the bat. Henderson State had nothing going in the bottom of the 6th. They had 2 outs. The bases were empty. Reese hit by a pitch. And on the very next swing of the bat, Addie Jordan hammers it over the left field wall. And Henderson State with life in the bottom of the 6th inning. A 2-run home run for Addie Jordan, her 2nd long ball of the year. That is her 7th RBI, bringing home herself and Reese. And it's 3-2 in the bottom of the 6th as Morgan Reeve digs in. Reeve swings and misses. Uppercut swing from Reeve came up empty. Reddies now down 3-2, bottom of the 6th. Base is empty. 0-1 to Reeve. Helmet high, 1-1. Reeve takes. Jordan, the freshman, just turned on that ball and was helped by the wind. It's been gusting out to left field all day today. Reeve swings and foul tips it into the glove of the catcher Alexander, 1-2. Reeve 0 for 2 today, lined out to center in the second, popped out to the shortstop, Dyer in the fourth. Trying to keep things going in here in the bottom of the sixth. Fouled back, count stays 1-2. Reeve, a 5'10 freshman out of Frisco, Texas. She was successful in both pinch hit opportunities in last weekend's series against Northwestern Oklahoma State. Had a double and a walk. 1-2. That's way outside. Good take by Reeve. 2-2. Coming into trouble for the first time today. Henderson State had nothing going in this inning before Reese was hit, and Jordan, with the next Henderson State swing, made it 3-2. 2-2 to Reeve. Inside 3-2. As Cumming starting to show a little negative body language for the Lady Bucks. Their pitcher frustrated in the circle after being ahead in the count. Now it's run full to Reeve. Ball 4. A great at-bat by Reeve, and Cumming has issued her first walk of the day. Crystal Larry digs in. Reeve on first. Pop up. The pitcher Cumming makes the play for the final out of the inning. The Reddies down by 1. 3-2 will go to the 7th. Lady Bucks will look for insurance when we come back. Welcome back to D. White Field. Crystal Lindsay takes the circle for the Reddies. Becca Allman's day is done as Christian Brothers looks for insurance here in the top of the 7th. First pitch from Lindsay, high and outside. Gabby Schultz digs in and leads off here in the top of the 7th for CBU. 1-0 from Lindsay. That runs high and inside, 2-0. Henderson State trails 3-2, top of the 7th. 2-0 to the right-handed hitter Schultz. Make it 3-0. Lindsay out of the bullpen, looking for the strike zone. Almond, the Reddies starter today, in line for the loss if Henderson State can't tie it up in the bottom of the 7th. 3-0. Strike 1. Almond went 6 innings, gave up 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned, no walks, and 1 strikeout. 3-1 to Schultz. Make it 3-2. CBU trying to get their leadoff hitter on the base paths to start the top of the 7th. 3-2 from Lindsay. That is high above the belt and a big ball 4 as Schultz sprints to first, and the Lady Bucks have a chance to manufacture an insurance run here. Christian Brothers going to add some speed on the base paths with a pinch runner.
Batting the third baseman for 11, Elena McGill.
This is number 19, Savannah Crockett, going to first, replacing Schultz. McGill digs in, takes a ball above the zone, 1-0. So a leadoff walk issued by Lindsay as the 1-for-2 Schultz digs in. Lindsay adjusting the hat and the hair behind the rubber. Steps back on. 1-0. Lindsay gets the call outside corner, 1-1. Crockett pinch running on first for Schultz. 3-2 ball game, top of the 7th. Christian Brothers in front. Nobody out. 1-1 from Lindsay. Schultz squares to bunt. Crockett takes off. The Reddies having a rundown. Crockett slides into second safely, and Henderson State can't take advantage of the base running mistake by Crockett. Crockett slid head first into second and may have slid into the lower body of a Henderson State player. She's going to be looked at by one of the members of the Christian Brothers staff, and we might have a second pinch runner here. Or, excuse me, they're just spurting out a napkin. I'm not sure if she's got a bloodied nose or what the situation is. We'll take a break as Crockett gets settled on second. So Crockett, the pinch runner, appears to be okay. She steals second, albeit a little bit of a roundabout way. She was picked off. Henderson State, though, couldn't tag her out as McGill lines out to third, hit it right on the barrel, but caught by Sled, who looks back Crockett. Crockett scurries back to the base for out number 1. Alexander due up in the order, but we might have another pinch hitter here. This is going to be Riley Nelson, number 22, for the Lady Bucks, digging in with a pinch runner on second. And 1 out in the top of the 7th. Riley Nelson playing in just her 4th game. She's 1 for 4 on the season. First pitch from Lindsay. Strike called. 0-1. Henderson State trying to keep it a 1-run game. CBU up 3-2, top of the 7th. Pinch runner Crockett on second. 0-1 to the pinch hitter Nelson. Outside 1-1. This game was a pitcher's duel until the 5th, when Christian Brothers scored an unearned run. They added 2 more in the top of the 6th with a home run. Reddies got their own 2-run home run in the bottom half of the 6th. But as it stands right now, Christian Brothers in front 3-2 as Nelson waves and misses. And the count goes 1-2. Lindsay looking for a big strikeout. Low and outside, 2-2. Christian Brothers 2-run home run off the bat of Kendall Westbrooks. That scored Ashley Dyer. Henderson State's 2-run homer came from Addie Jordan, scoring Kaylee Reese. 2-2. Left side, ground ball. Charging is the third baseman Sled. She rounds it off, gathers it in, and fires to first for the second out of the inning. Moving up to third is Crockett. And a big at-bat now for Ashlyn Hinton. Digs in, 2 outs, top of the 7th, runner on third. A base hit gives CBU a 2-run lead. First pitch to Hinton. Strike 1. Nice pitch by Lindsay. Catches the outside corner. 0-1 to Hinton. Popped up. Second baseman White makes the play. Henderson State works around a runner in scoring position with nobody out. They keep it a 1-run game. 3-2. Henderson State will try to tie it or win it when we come back on the Henderson State Sports Network. I hate how the play... Welcome back to D. White Field. Henderson State down 3-2 as we start the bottom of the 7th and final inning. Henderson State needs to tie or win it here. Macy Cumming remains in the circle for Christian Brothers. She faces Ashlyn Taylor, Henderson State's shortstop and 9-hole hitter, to lead things off. Taylor swings at the first pitch of the at-bat. Fouls it straight back and out of play, just behind us here in the press box. 0-1 to the aggressive sophomore Taylor. Taylor swings, hits it to deep left field off the glove of the left fielder Willingham, and Taylor slides into second for a double. That is exactly how the Reddies wanted to start this inning, and Ashlyn Taylor just keeps getting hotter and hotter. She's 2 for 3 today. The Reddies' best hitter the last 2 years has broken out of an early season slump and stands on second as the game's tying run. This brings up Caitlin O'Quinn. O'Quinn pops up the bunt. It's caught by the third baseman McGill, and just a terrible mistake made there by O'Quinn. Taylor obviously back to second, and Henderson State misses an opportunity to send Taylor to third. They will pinch run for Taylor as Alyssa Dixon comes in. Taylor will watch from the dugout. She can always return. Taylor 2 for 3. She was 3 for 9 last weekend with a pair of doubles and a home run. against Northwestern Oklahoma State. And we're going to have a defensive replacement in left field as Savannah Crockett, who pinch ran in the top of the 7th, will replace Willingham. So both teams countering with changes. Alyssa Dixon to second to pinch run for Taylor. Savannah Crockett to left for a defensive replacement as Zoe White digs in for the Reddies with Alyssa Dixon now standing on second. Ashlyn Taylor again, just one hit in her first 7 games, but Taylor has really got it going as of late. Taylor had 5 RBI last weekend against Northwestern Oklahoma State. That led the team, and all of her hits were for extra bases. Zoe White digs in. First pitch swinging, grounds it foul down the third base line. White has been excellent with the bat in her hands today. 2 for 3. Singles in the first and the third. Flew out to right in the 5th. A really nice play made to retire White as Hinton made a running catch down the foul line. White pops it up. Will it stay in play? It does, but the catcher Alexander unable to get a glove on it. White will get another opportunity as Alexander ranged over by the Henderson State dugout to her left, but never looked all that comfortable. Count goes to 0-2. Dixon on second, 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. White takes outside as Cumming misses with the fastball just off the plate. Held there for an extra split second by the catcher Alexander. Tried to frame it, doesn't get the call. 1-2. We'll have another one. White turns and fouls it out of play. Henderson State started the bottom of the 7th with a leadoff double to left field from Ashlyn Taylor. Then O'Quinn popped out trying to sack bunt her to third. 1-2. Popped up. Another opportunity for Alexander, and another one goes by the wayside. White going to get her 3rd chance as it caroms off the glove of the catcher Alexander. That was an even tougher play than the one before it. Alexander was falling into the netting, but if she makes that catch, that's the 2nd out. Another 1-2 to White. Another foul ball lined down the 3rd base line. White seeing a lot of pitches. This will be Cummings' 90th pitch. 89 so far, 59 strikes. Another 1-2 to White. Breaking ball, strike 3. White tied up, and she becomes the 4th strikeout victim and the 2nd out of the bottom of the 7th. The Reddies down to their final out, the bottom of the 7th. Abby Moore, 1 for 3 with a double. She's had 2 hard hit balls that should have been hits taken away as Cumming pours in the fastball. 0-1. Moore could be 3 for 3 today. Had a line out taken away by McGill. Hit it hard to the 3rd baseman McGill again in the 6th. And Moore was thrown out down the base paths. This will fall in for a hit. Dixon gonna come home. She'll try to score. Play at the plate. She is safe. Moore goes to 2nd. We are tied. It was a good throw by Crockett, the left fielder, but Dixon just with too much speed, and Henderson ties the game in the bottom of the 7th with an RBI single from Abby Moore. Moore advances to 2nd on the throw. Dixon scores, And it's 3-3. Sled digging in with a chance to end it. First pitch to Sled. Strike called outside corner. 0-1. Well, this game was pretty cut and dry through the first 4 innings. But it has gotten exciting late. 0-1 to Sled. Popped up. Shallow center. Westbrook's on to make the play and end the inning. Henderson State, though, ties it and sends it to extras. 3-3 will go to the 8th on the Henderson State Sports Network. Welcome back to D. White Field. Extra innings here. Top of the 8th. Christian Brothers batting as Ashley Dyer pulls the bunt back. And quick note, quick reminder, in non-conference games when we go to extra innings, we have a runner put on second base to speed the result of the game along as Lindsay misses once more. Count goes to 2-0. So number 10, Ashlyn Smith, stands on second for Christian Brothers. Nobody out. 2-0. Make it 2-1 as Dyer did not square to bunt on that opportunity. Cold strike 1. Lindsay catches the outside corner. Dyer, a lefty batter, digs back in. 2-1 from Lindsay. Pulls the bat back again on the bunt attempt as Lindsay misses 3-1. So the game tied 3-3, top of the 8th. Becca Almond, the Henderson State starter, relieved of the decision. She was in line for the loss before the Reddies tied it with an Abby Moore single in the bottom of the 7th. (3-1) from Lindsay. Walked her. So Christian Brothers was ready to give up and out, but Lindsay offers the free pass, and CBU has 2 on with nobody out here in the top of the 8th. Smith on second, Dyer on first. Josie Bond digs in, and I'd be surprised if she did not bunt to move 2 runners into scoring position. She turns and kind of give a half square, but was never really prepared to bunt, and she takes a strike outside 0-1. On the other hand, you might not want to bunt Bond, seeing as though she's due for a hit 0 for 2 today, especially considering she's batting .354 on the season. That's a foul ball. On the bunt, and so she takes a pitch, then she bunts foul. Now 0-2 to Bond. See what she does here. Takes outside, 1-2. Bond lined out to the third baseman. Sled in the first, grounded out to the second baseman, White in the fourth. Sack bunted in the sixth. 1-2. 2-2. Henderson State and Christian Brothers tied 3-3, top of the eighth. Christian Brothers 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors. Henderson State 3 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors. 2-2. Bond pokes it into shallow left center. Reese sprints over to make the play for out number 1. The outfield was playing in there. If Reese is playing regular alignment, that probably falls in for a hit. But Reese up to the task, as Henderson State had a good idea of what Bond was capable of there. First out of the inning, as Puckett gives it a ride down the right field line, but it tails foul, 0-1. Puckett 0 for 2 today. Flew out to right in the first. Popped out to White at second base in the fourth. Puckett was pinch hit for by Bree Brady. But Brady came up empty. 1-1. Back up the middle, but it's knocked down by Lindsay, who Lindsay may have just saved a run. Lindsay throws out Puckett at first. Both runners advance. Smith goes to third, Dyer to second. 2 outs here in the top of the eighth. Quick glove by Lindsay. Knocked it down. First pitch, a called strike on Westbrooks. And a big spot for Westbrooks. A dangerous hitter. Made this a 3-0 ball game with a 2-run home run in the sixth. That's outside, 1-1. Walking Westbrooks would not be the worst thing in the world here. First base is empty. 1-1. Swung on, popped up, drifting right side, foul, but caught by the first baseman, Morgan Reeve. Off the bat, I didn't think she had a chance, but Reeve ranges over to make the play. A big one, an important out by Reeve. The Lady Bucks strand 2 in scoring position, and the Reddies can win it when we come back. 3-3, bottom of the eighth on the Henderson State Sports Network. Welcome back to D. White Field, bottom of the eighth. 3-3, extra innings. Kaylee Reese up at bat. Swings, fouls it off. 0-1. Again, another reminder. New rule this year in college softball. In non-conference games and extra innings, each team gets to put a runner on second base to start things, to speed up the result of the game. So Henderson State puts Lexi Trejo on second base. 0-1. Reese bunts down the left field line. It stays fair. It rolled down the third base line, and it stays fair. That's a bunt single for Reese. Trejo moves to third, and the Reddies can win it with Addie Jordan. Jordan has a big chance to solidify herself as game MVP. She hit a 2-run homer to make it 3-2 in the bottom of the 6th. She'll try to give the Reddies the game-winning hit. Pulls the bunt back. Fake throw to second. Throw back to third. Trejo slides back safely. (1-0). Christian Brothers infield playing in. Obviously, the run at home, most important. 1-0. Make it 2-0. I shouldn't say most important. It's the only thing that's important. The runner on second, represented by Kaylee Reese. Essentially doesn't matter, and it appears now that Christian Brothers will walk Addie Jordan intentionally. The 2-0 outside with the intentional ball, and the 3-0. That is ball 4. And Jordan goes to first. Force at every base now, and we will have a visit to the circle. We'll step away on the Henderson State Sports Network. Welcome back to D. White Field. 3-3, bottom of the 8th. Bases loaded, nobody out. Morgan Reeve at the plate. She can win it for the Reddies. First pitch. Taking it the shins. Low, ball 1. Reeve made a huge, or caught, I should say, the third out. Made the play on the third out in the top of the 8th to get the Reddies out of a 2-3, 2-out, runners on second and third, 2-out jam. Ran a ball down in foul territory. Chance to be a hero. 1-1 as Cumming gets the inside strike. 1-1 to Reeve. Popped up. It's caught by the catcher, Alexander. Falling into the netting behind home plate. What a play by Alexander. And now a pinch hitter for the Reddies, as Brooke Arnold will get set to dig in place of Crystal Larry. So Reeve made a great play with the glove in the top of the 8th to collect the third out, but can't get the job done with the bat. Bases remain loaded. 1 out now as Brooke Arnold digs in. Brooke Arnold trying to win it for the Reddies. Lefty hitter. First pitch. Outside. 1-0. Arnold has not played since last Tuesday. Started game 1 of the doubleheader at Delta State. Went 0 for 3. 1-0. Swung on. Out of play. Foul ball. 1-1. Henderson State obviously started the inning with a runner on second. New rule in extra innings and non-conference college softball. Then a bunt single by Reese and an intentional walk issued to Jordan loaded the bases. Arnold fouls it back and out of play. 1-2. 4 strikeout victims in the back pocket of Makesy Cumming already. A 5th strikeout would be a second out. It would be massive. 1-2 to Arnold. outside. 2-2. The catcher, Alexander, thought that was strike 3. Held it a split second longer. Tried to frame it, doesn't get the call. 2-2 now. Into right field. This ball game is over. The Reddies win it 4-3 off the bat of Brooke Alexander. The Reddies win it in extra innings. They take care of the Christian Brothers Lady Bucks.
And that's your ball game. Final score.
33, Savannah Kerrigan.
Welcome back to D. White Field. Our doubleheader continues as we get set to start Game 2. Henderson State took Game 1 of the twin billing 4-3. They won it in extras in the 8th inning with a game-winning pitch hit single from Brooke Arnold. That scored the pinch runner, Lexi Trejo. And the Reddies will try to sweep the back-to-back here on a Tuesday afternoon, quickly becoming a Tuesday evening, but it is just absolutely gorgeous out here. Low 70s, blue skies, not a cloud in sight. Savannah Kerrigan gets the start in the circle for Henderson State, and she fires a strike to get this one started. Kerrigan facing off against Ashley Dyer, CBU's leadoff hitter and shortstop. 0-1, make it 0-2. Kerrigan pounding the zone early as winds continue to gust out to left field. 0-2 from Kerrigan. Helmet high. 1-2 to Dyer. Dyer, one of 2 lefty hitters in the lineup today for CBU. 1-2, that's outside, 2-2. Kerrigan makes the start for the Reddies today. This is the first time we've seen Kerrigan in a while. First time she's been in the circle in 2 weeks, 2-2. And that hits Dyer on the elbow guard, on the front arm. So Kerrigan, back-to-back strikes to start the inning, and plunks Dyer. That is the 12th time this season Dyer has been hit by a pitch. Gets hit by a pitch in about 2/3 of the games that she plays in, as Josie Bond lays down a bunt just in front of the batter's box. Jordan, the catcher, fields and fires, but not in time. Bond's got a bunt single, and Christian Brothers have their first 2 batters aboard with nobody out in the top of the first. Kendall Westbrooks digs in, first righty hitter for CBU. Corner infielders playing in for the Reddies. Westbrooks, check swing, called strike regardless. Dyer hit by a pitch on a 2-2. Bond laid down a sac bunt that turned into a single on her first pitch as Westbrook fouls the bunt back. 0-2. So 2 runners on, nobody out. Top of the first, scoreless ball game. Game 2 of our midweek doubleheader between the Reddies and the Lady Bucks of Christian Brothers. 0-2 to Westbrooks. Popped it up on the infield. Caught by the second baseman White as she jogs in to make the catch just behind the pitcher's circle. An important first out collected by Kerrigan as Westbrooks goes down P4. This brings up Memory Willingham. Willingham had a triple and scored a run in Game 1 of the doubleheader. Swings at the first pitch, flies it to right. A long run, a tough play. Trejo can't track it down, and it falls in for a single. Every runner advances 1 base. Dyer goes to third, Bond goes to second. Willingham safe at first. That one may have been knocked down by the wind. It was hit to right, but the wind blowing to left field. I'm not sure if Trejo didn't get a great jump on the ball. Off the bat, it looked like Trejo had a good chance to track that one down, but it falls in for a single. Bases loaded, 1 out, top of the first. Scoreless ball game as Elena McGill takes a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Christian Brothers a golden opportunity to score first. 0-1 to McGill, make it 0-2. Kerrigan looking for a big second out. Force at every base. Bases loaded, 1 out. 0-2 to McGill. Popped up. Basket catch made by the third baseman Taylor Sled. That's an infield fly, even if Sled can't make the play. 2 outs now. Kerrigan trying to work around a leadoff plunk, an infield hit, and a single to right. First pitch called, strike to Schultz. Kerrigan has pounded the strike zone early. 14 pitches, 12 strikes so far. 0-1 to Schultz. Just missed. 1-1. Dyer on third, Bond on second, Willingham on first. Bases loaded, 1-1 is the count. 2 outs, top of the first. CBU looking to strike first. Fastball dips below the knees, 2-1. Kerrigan back on the rubber. Schultz swings, fouls it back, ricochets off one of our metal poles here behind home plate. And right back to Kerrigan near the pitcher circle. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the first. Christian Brothers looking to score first with the bases loaded. Kerrigan to the plate. Count stays at 2-2, fouled off by Schultz. Schultz was the DH in game 1 of the doubleheader. Starting in right today. Starting right in game 2. And hitting 6th for CBU. Schultz, another 2-2, bases loaded. Breaking ball, Schultz fights it off. Foul down the first base line. Schultz came into the doubleheader, batting .242, was 0 for 1 with a walk and a sacrifice in game 1. Another 2-2. Another pop-up. Taylor, the ready shortstop, hauls it in, and Kerrigan strands the bases loaded. 2 hits and a plunk by Kerrigan to load him up with 1 out, but back-to-back pop-ups ends the threat, and the Reddies will have a chance to strike first when we come back on the Henderson State Sports Network. Welcome back to D. White Field here on the campus of Henderson State University. Reddies and the visitors, the Lady Bucks of Christian Brothers, tied 0-0. Bottom of the first, Caitlin O'Quinn digs in and leads off for the Reddies. Takes low, 1-0. Reddies lineup today facing CBU starter McKenna Rose, making her 10th appearance, her 9th start. 1-0. Now 2-0. O'Quinn takes low. Rose looking for her first win this season. 0-7. Christian Brothers as a team is 2-16 on the year. 2-0. 2-1 out of play. O'Quinn, the freshman from Coppell, Texas, an 0-4 in game 1, broke up her 9-game hitting streak. Looking to restart one here. 2-1. Off the end of the bat, 2-2. Foul ball as O'Quinn wasn't willing to wait on the breaking ball from McKenna Rose, the lefty pitcher from Pulaski, Tennessee, and Calhoun Community College. 2-2. Swing and a miss. O'Quinn down on strikes. She's had a tough afternoon so far. 0-5 on the day now, as Rose starts O'Quinn with a strikeout. Rose not really known for the K coming into this ball game. Just 12 strikeouts, and make that 11 strikeouts in 36 innings as Zoe White digs in and takes an off-speed pitch high and outside, 1-0. White has been swinging a very hot bat. That continued in game 1, where she went 2-4. 1-0 to White. Hammered, but right at the center fielder Westbrooks, who makes a few sprinting steps in to collect the line out. White hit that on the nose. That looked like batting practice when you just barrel it right back up the L screen. But she found a black jersey, and that is the second out of the bottom of the first. Base is empty as Abby Moore digs in. First pitch to Moore. Breaking ball stays above the belt, 1-0. Speaking of hot bats, Moore's been swinging one as well. 2-4, a double, and an RBI in game 1 today. 1-0 to Moore, now 2-0. Rose misses outside with a fastball. Moore doubled in the first. Her single in the bottom of the 7th brought home the pinch runner Alyssa Dixon. That tied the game at 3-3. The Reddies won at 4-3 in the 8th. 2-0 to Moore. Swing and a miss. Moore a little aggressive there. Hitters count 2-0. Went fishing for something that was going to be tough to handle, but no big deal to Moore. Just the first strike of the AB. Count 2-1. Here it comes. 2-2. Moore reaches out. Fouls it out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Base is empty. Christian Brothers left them loaded in the first. Henderson State looking for their first base runner here in the bottom half. 2-2 to Moore. Hits it hard, right center field gap. It tails away from the center fielder Westbrooks, and Moore has a 2-out double, and she stays scorching hot. Abby Moore, the sophomore, 10 for 32 in her last 9 games coming in. She's now 11 for 33 in 9+ games, batting .333, and Moore's average ticking up and up today. 3 for 5 combined now throughout the doubleheader, and Henderson State will have a chance to strike first in the bottom of inning number 1 as Kaylee Reese digs in. First pitch to Reese. Fastball called strike 1. Reese 1 for 3. A run scored, was hit by a pitch in game 1 of today's doubleheader. Her hit was a bunt that stayed fair down the third base line. This is hit hard by Reese, but another line drive at the center fielder Westbrooks. She makes a solid play on it for the third out of the inning. So Henderson State hits 3 balls very hard, only one of them, though, finding the outfield grass as the Lady Bucks McKenna Rose works around a 2-out double. We'll go to the second on the Henderson State Sports Network. Welcome back to D. White Field, top of the second inning. Henderson State hosting Christian Brothers. Second game of a doubleheader here on a beautiful Tuesday afternoon. 1-0 pitch, handled and hammered by the DH Bree Brady over the head of the pitcher Savannah Kerrigan and into center for a leadoff single. So back-to-back leadoff base runners now for CBU in the first and the second. Dyer, who led off in the first, was hit by a pitch. Brady leads off the second with a single as the bunt laid down by Puckett. Down the third baseline, Taylor Sled, playing the hot corner, charges and throws out Puckett for out number 1, but Brady goes to second as the sacrifice bunt is perfectly executed by the Lady Bucks. 1 out, 1 on, top of the second. Still scoreless here on D. White Field. Savannah Crockett digs in. Takes a strike outside corner, 0-1. Oh, 0-1 from Kerrigan. 0-2, same spot, same call. Crockett used as a pinch runner in game 1, so this is her first at-bat of the twin billing. 0-2, hit hard through the wickets of White at second base. They're going to send Brady. The throw not in time, and Crockett goes to second on the throw. That'll be ruled an error and an unearned run on Zoe White. Hit hard, but right between the legs. White either never put the glove on the turf or picked it up too early. And Christian Brothers scores the first run on an error as Crockett trades places with Brady. Kerrigan will have to reset now against the leadoff hitter Dyer, who digs in for the second time. 0-1 to Dyer. 1-1. Breaking ball outside, skips off the turf. Easy take for Dyer, who was behind 0-2, but was hit by a pitch to lead off the top of the first. 1-1. Hit hard right at the first baseman, Reeve. She makes the catch, fires to second as Crockett slides back safely and the ball into left field. But Crockett stays put as Reese backs up the throw. Nice play by Reeve at first to make the catch. Not a bad idea to double up Crockett. First pitch to Josie Bond is fouled off, out of play, 0-1. Christian Brothers leads 1-0, top of the second, 2 outs, runner on second. Crockett reaching on the error, and then advancing on the throw. 0-1. 1-1. So the Reddies giving up the first run of the game in both games here at the doubleheader, and both those runs unearned. 1-1 to Bond, outside 2-1. The first run of the game in Game 1 was scored in the top of the 5th by CBU. It was scored by Willingham, who reached on 2 errors as the 2-1 misses outside 3-1. Willingham hit it hard to shortstop Taylor. She booted it, and then it was booted in left field by Kaylee Reese. Willingham went to second, was advanced to third on a sac bunt, and then came home on a McGill single. 3-1 to Bond. Chopper to the shortstop Taylor. She fields and fires for the third and final out of the inning. Nice play by Taylor. And the Reddies get out of it, but the damage done. CBU up 1-0. They score on an unearned run. The Reddies will hit down 1-0 when we come back. Welcome back to D. White Field. Henderson State bats as we start the bottom of the second. Reddies trail 1-0 to the visitors, the Lady Bucks of Christian Brothers. Taylor Sled leads off, hitting 5th, splitting the order for HSU. It'll be 5, 6, 7 due up. Sled, Jordan, Reeve. Sled getting the start at 3rd in both games 1 and 2 here, the doubleheader. 1-0 to Sled. Make it 2-0. Easy take for the freshman out of Benton, Arkansas. Sled 0 for 3. Was hit by a pitch in game 1. 2-0. Hits it hard and deep. Left field. Tracking back Willingham. This ball is gone and we are tied. 1-1. Sled with the solo shot.
And that's a home run for Taylor Sled.
Taylor Sled showing off the power today. That's her 2nd home run of the year. Ties her for 2nd on the team with Zoe White and Addie Jordan. Sled and Jordan both hitting their 2nd home runs of the season today. Jordan digs in now. Bottom of the 2nd, tied 1-1. As Rose, the Christian Brothers pitcher, misses high and outside. 1-0 on Jordan. Jordan swings and misses a healthy hack from the freshman out of Conway, but comes up empty. Jordan, righty hitter. Open stance. Shuffled up in the box. And a nice off-speed pitch. Nice breaking ball from Rose as it dips in and crosses the plate at the thighs of Jordan. Called strike 2. Bases empty. Nobody out. 1-1, bottom of the second. 1-2 the count. 1-2 pitch. Fouled up and out of play. Jordan got off to a slow start in last weekend's series against Northwestern Oklahoma State, but went 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored and a stolen base in Game 3. She's now 4 for 12 in her last 3 games. This is popped up. Room for the catcher Crockett. She makes the play behind home plate in foul territory for the first out of the half inning. 1-1 ball game, bottom of the second. Henderson State tied it with a home run from Taylor Sled, her second of the year, a solo shot. After the Jordan pop-out, Morgan Reeve digs in, looking to get something going for HSU. First pitch to Reeve. Just misses. Dips low. Of Reeve's 5'10" frame. Went 0 to Reeve. 2-0. That one even lower. Kept in front by the catcher Crockett. Reeve hitting with a 2-0 count. On deck is Lexi Trejo, who has not registered an at-bat this season. 2-0. 2-1. Rose gets the call on the outside corner with the fastball. Reeve 0 for 3. Drew a walk in Game 1 of the doubleheader. 2-1. Breaking ball stays upstairs across the HSU lettering on Reeve's jersey. Hitters count now to Reeve. 3 balls and a strike. Swing and a miss. 3-2. Count is full. 1 out. Nobody on the base paths for the Reddies here in the bottom of the second. Henderson State, though, they've already scored a run in this inning. Taylor Sled, a solo shot to left field. 3-2 to Reeve. Chopped to the shortstop Dyer, and she boots it. Dyer was shuffling to her left, and it skipped off the palm of the shortstop Dyer. Reeve reaches with an error, and Henderson State has a one-out base runner as Lexi Trejo digs in. We have not seen much of Trejo, although she did score the winning run as the pinch runner in the first half of our doubleheader. First pitch, Trejo. Taken for a strike, outside corner. Trejo was the runner that the Reddies elected to put on second as the bottom of the 8th inning started. She came around to score on a bases-loaded 1-out single into right field off the bat of Brooke Arnold. 0-1 to Trejo. 0-2 breaking ball just catches the black of the outside corner. Trejo, listed as an infielder, a freshman out of Van Buren, Arkansas, went to Van Buren High School. Protecting the plate, down 0-2. Outside, Reeve takes off for second, and she is safe. I thought the throw beat Reeve to the bag, but Reeve's slide got around the tag of the shortstop Dyer as Trejo took ball 1, 1-2. So Reeve into scoring position. 1-2 to Trejo. Check swing. Can't hold back. Reeve picked off second. She may have thought there were 2 outs. She's tagged out going back to second base. And the Reddies' threat in the second is over. 1-1, we'll go to the third on the Henderson State Sports Network. Welcome back to D. White Field, top of the third, 1-1 ball game. Savannah Kerrigan remains in the circle for HSU. She faces off against Kendall Westbrooks, who takes inside ball 1. Kerrigan, so far, 2 innings, 3 hits, 1 run. It was unearned. No walks, no Ks. 1-0 to Westbrooks. 1-1. Kerrigan gets the inside strike. Westbrooks popped out to the second baseman White in the first. Bats here to lead off the third. 1-1. Swung on, hit hard to the second baseman White, and she makes the play. 1 step to her left, fields it at the knees, and throws out Westbrooks for 3. First out retired by Kerrigan. First time she's gotten the leadoff hitter. As Memory Willingham digs in. Willingham thought about it, kept the bat back, takes high 1-0. Dyer led off the first, being hit by a pitch. Brady lit off the second with a single, but Kerrigan gets the leadoff hitter Westbrooks by way of a 4-3 ground out as she fires the inside strike to Willingham, who's 1 for 1 today. Make the count 2-1 as Kerrigan misses low. Willingham singled to right in the first as the ball was caught up and put down by the wind. 2-1. Slap to the third baseman Sled. Sled gathers it in the breadbasket and fires Willingham out by a step. Nice play by Sled. Don't think she got that perfectly clean, but sometimes it's just good to use your frame to gather it in. That's what she did, and a strong throw gives Henderson State their second straight out to start the top of the third as Kerrigan continues to pound the zone. First pitch strike to Elena McGill, playing third and batting fifth for the Lady Bucks. 0-1 to McGill. Kerrigan misses outside 1-1. What's 43 pitches, 30 strikes so far from Kerrigan, so up over 2/3 of her pitches have hit the zone. That's another one. Inside strike called. 1-2. McGill popped out to the third baseman Sled in the first. 1-2. Breaking ball dips low. 2-2. Kerrigan, 2-2, trying to work her first 1-2-3 inning. Won't be able to do it. That's a single right back up the box, hit hard, A batting practice single for McGill. Past the glove, past the outstretched arm of Kerrigan, and the inning continues with a 2-out base knock for the Lady Bucks. That is the 4th hit by CBU, all of them singles. McGill's 2-out single brings up Schultz, who fouls the first pitch into the Henderson State dugout. Schultz popped up to shortstop, Ashlyn Taylor, to end the top of the first inning, in which CBU had the bases loaded. 0-1 from Kerrigan. Popped up again, right side of the infield. White, the second baseman, jogs in, calls for it, catches it, and the inning is over. So Kerrigan works around a 2-out single, and the Reddies will have a chance to take the lead when we come back. It's 1-1. We'll go to the bottom of the 3rd on the Henderson State Sports Network. Welcome back to D. White Field, bottom of the 3rd. Ashlyn Taylor leads off for HSU. Takes a ball low, 1-0. Strike 1 is the pitcher. Starting pitcher for CBU, Rose, finds the outside edge. One to Taylor. Off speed, taken for a strike, 1-2. One, two misses outside, 2-2. Two to Taylor, Henderson State's leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the 3rd. That's way outside, 3-2 to Taylor. Pitch to Taylor. Popped up. Right field. Play is made and Taylor retired. So Taylor starts 0 for 1 after the 2 for 3 game 1 outing. Taylor, even with the out, now 5 for 12 in her last 4 games. Henderson State's lineup resetting. Caitlin O'Quinn digs in. Shows bunt, pulls it back. Swings and misses. we had a defensive change in there and out there in right field that we were trying to figure out, and we did. It's Ashlyn Smith who's playing right field now, and she's the one who made that catch for the first out of the bottom of the third inning. O'Quinn takes a strike. Count 0-2. O'Quinn still looking for her first hit of the doubleheader. 0 for 4 in game 1, 0 for 1 in game 2 so far. 0-2, swing and a miss. O'Quinn, bit of a rough ride today, and this is unexpected. O'Quinn came into the doubleheader as Henderson State's leader in average, batting .417 on a 9-game hitting streak, but O'Quinn now 0 for 6 so far in the twin billing. 2 quick outs on the Reddies in the bottom of the third. Base is still empty. White reaches out, fouls it down the third base line. Strike 1-0-1 to White. 1-1 ball game, bottom of the third. Base is empty, 2 outs, as the Reddies look to get something going with Zoe White. 1-1. Oh, excuse me, that was 0-1, now 0-2. White 2 for 4 in game 1, 0 for 1 here in game 2, so 6 for her last 12. That average has gone up about 60 points in the last 4 games. Swing and a miss. White goes down on 3 pitches. That is Rose's 4th strikeout. We'll go to the 4th. 1-1 ball game on the Henderson State Sports Network. Welcome back to D. White Field. Top of the 4th. Savannah Kerrigan stays in the circle for HSU. This is inside to Bree Brady, who led off the 2nd with a single and later scored. 1-0. Make it 2-0. Brady's run was unearned, though, as she came home as Crockett reached on an error by the second baseman. This is popped up, and it will flutter out of play. One ball game, top of the 4th. Brady leads it off for CBU. Hits it hard, and a nice snag by the second baseman, White. She had to climb the ladder as Brady went inside out and thought she had a base hit. But White reaches up for the snag, and Henderson State takes care of the leadoff batter for the 2nd straight inning. Kerrigan now facing Mackenzie Puckett, and Puckett's got a base knock. That's right up the middle and into center for a 1-out single. So 1 on, 1 out now for the Lady Bucks, who have their 5th base hit, all of them singles. 1 on, 1 out. Savannah Crockett swings at the first pitch. Addie Jordan, the catcher, runs out of room in front of the netting. Left side behind home plate. Would have been a fantastic play if Jordan could have made it. Instead, just a foul ball, 0-1 the count to Crockett. Oh, 1 to Crockett. Above the zone. 1-1. Crockett reached on an error through the legs of the second baseman Zoe White in the second. That scored Bree Brady. Obviously, that run was unearned. 1-1. Kerrigan misses. Henderson State's dugout. The Reddies faithful thought that was strike 2. Instead, just 2-1. 1 out, 1 on. 1-1 ball game, top of the 4th. Reddies hosting the Lady Bucks of Christian Brothers. Puckett on first. Crockett digs in. 2-1. 2-2. Fouls it back and out of play. Kerrigan has been solid for the Reddies today after a long hiatus. Kerrigan into the circle for the first time in 2 weeks. Last time Kerrigan pitched was March 9th. Today she's gone 3 1/3, 5 hits, 1 run. It was unearned. No walks, no Ks. 2-2 from Kerrigan. High. Taken ball 3. Right at the neckline of Crockett. Full count. Could be an opportunity for a hit and run here. CBU doesn't try to steal a lot of bases. 3-2. Fouled off the mask of Henderson State's backstop, Addie Jordan. Ashley Dyer has 6 stolen bases for Christian Brothers this year. No other player has more than 2. Another 3-2. Another foul ball will do it again. Savannah Crockett, who is batting, is second on the team with just 2 stolen bases. Bucket, who is on first, does not have an SB on the year. Another 3-2. Looped, shallow right. This lands foul. Fair. Excuse me, that's a fair ball. Just 6 inches left of the right field line. Great at bat by Crockett. Fought off a few 2-2s, then fought off a couple 3-2s, and muscles it up. An opposite field single by Crockett. Puckett couldn't take off there. Had to pause for a second to make sure Henderson State's second baseman Zoe White wasn't going to run that down, so she moves to second. Runners on first and second, 1 out, as Ashley Dyer digs in and takes a strike on the outside corner. 2 on, 1 out, top of the 4th, 1-1 ball game. Reddies trying to sweep a midweek doubleheader. Outside, 1-1 now. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out in a 1-1 ball game. Top of inning number 4. Ashley Dyer trying to break a 1-1 tie. That is hit high in the air to right field. Trejo under it, makes the play. Tagging is Puckett, but she does not try Trejo's arm. She stays put, and the Reddies get a big second out of the inning as Trejo makes a nice play in right, battling a lot of wind and the sun out there. Big spot for Henderson State's freshman pitcher Savannah Kerrigan. She faces Josie Bond, who digs in. 1 for 2 today. Bond loops it shallow left. Reese on to make the play for the 3rd out of the inning. So Kerrigan works around a couple of base runners. Puckett and Crockett single, but back-to-back flyouts end the inning. Reddies and Lady Bucks tied 1-1. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth on the Henderson State Sports Network.
Abby Moore.
Welcome back to D. White Field here on the campus of Henderson State University. Bottom of the fourth, 1-1 ball game. Reddies and the Lady Bucks all knotted up. Abby Moore digs in to lead things off in the bottom of the fourth for HSU. Takes a belt-high strike from McKenna Rose. Lady Bucks starter today. Rose, the lefty pitcher, 5'5" senior out of Pulaski, Tennessee. 0-1 to Moore. Make it 0-2. Breaking ball. Nibbles the knees and catches the outside corner. To Moore, who doubled in the first. Pops it up. Shallow right. The second baseman, Bond, back pedals to make the play for the first out of the inning. So Moore was kind of kept off balance from the opener there. Took a strike, then Rose changed speeds on her, and Moore, a harmless pop-up, as Kaylee Reese digs in, trying to become a one-out base runner for HSU. First pitch to Reese off the end of the bat. It dribbles foul down the third base line. Reese in left field caught the third and final out of the top of the fourth after CBU got runners on first and second with one out. Reese trying to give HSU a base runner. Henderson State with just 2 hits today. 0-1. Slow roller to third. McGill. High throw over the glove of the first baseman, Puckett. And Reese will reach on an error. Henderson State does have their one-out base runner. Maybe not in the way that Reese wanted to reach, but she will take it either way, especially in a 1-1 ball game where hits have been hard to come by. Taylor Sled digs in. Sled, responsible for the Reddies' only run so far, a solo shot in the bottom of the second. She squares to bunt, pulls it back. Reese takes off for second and slides in safely. The throw down from Crockett was good, but Reese just too fast. Reese now with 8 stolen bases on the season. That is her 30th stolen base for her career, approaching the Henderson State leaderboard. 1-0. That misses. 2-0. When I say leaderboard, I mean all-time leaderboard. Reese just a few stolen bags away from entering the record book with thefts. 2-0, hitters count to Sled. Reese on second, 1 out, bottom of the fourth. Another fastball misses outside, 3-0. Speaking of record books, Kaylee Reese had a triple this past weekend against Northwestern Oklahoma State. It was her 8th of her career. That tied her for first in program history in triples with Amy Halter, who played here from 2012 to 2015, as Sled fouls off the 3-0. She was swinging away. Count goes 3-1. So Kaylee Reese, who has been a stalwart for the Reddies in the last 3 seasons, going to have a chance to go down and put her name all across the record books. 3-1 to Sled. Breaking ball, strike 2. Nice pitch by Rose. Second time in the inning she's gotten the call with that outside breaking ball. She threw it to Moore, throws it to Sled on a 3-1 count. So she's got confidence in that pitch. Now a 3-2. Fastball outside. Good at bat by Sled. She occupies a previously vacant first base. And now the Reddies have 2 on with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. Henderson State hasn't had many threats today. Their lone run, a solo shot from Taylor Sled, as Addie Jordan swings at the first pitch. That's going to get to the gap. Henderson State will take the lead. Moore scores from second. Excuse me, this is Reese scoring from second. Sled goes to third. And Jordan stands on second. Reddies lead 2-1. We will have a visit to the circle from the Christian Brothers coaching staff and a new pitcher. We'll be back after a break on the Henderson State Sports Network. Welcome back to D. White Field. The Reddies lead 2-1. Well, Morgan Reeve bats, bottom of the 4th. Reddies up 2-1. Reeve takes a strike at the knees. Runners on second and third for the Reddies. Oh, 1. Reeve squares to bunt. Puckett charges. No throw down to first. Everybody safe. Bases will be loaded for Lexi Trejo. What a big spot for the freshman. So Reeve with a bunt single. Reddies up 2-1. Lexi Trejo digs in looking for her first hit as a Reddy. Swing and a miss. 0-1 as Puckett gets her to swing through. So Puckett takes over for Rose. Rose lasted 3 1/3, 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 1 walk, 4 Ks. Another swing and a miss by Trejo. Oh, 2 to Trejo. Just off the end of the bat. Trejo stays alive. Reddies lead 2-1, bottom of the fourth. Henderson State trying to sweep the doubleheader. They won game 1, 4-3 in 8 innings. Another pitcher's duel here in game 2, 2-1. 0-2 to Trejo. And she checked her swing, and that hits her. So Puckett makes a big mistake. She was ahead on Trejo 0-2. Trejo had not gotten a hit this season, but Trejo wears one, and that brings home Taylor's sled. Addie Jordan goes to third. Reeve goes to second. And the Reddies have a 2-run lead. It's 3-1 now. That'll be an RBI for Trejo. That is a ribby for Trejo as Ashlyn Taylor digs in. Big spot for Taylor. First pitch. Taylor waves and misses. Taylor's been swinging a hot bat. Chance for some RBIs here. Taylor led the Reddies with 5 RBI last weekend against the Lady Rangers. 0-1. That runs inside 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bottom of the fourth. Reddies have already scored 2 in the inning. They are looking for more, looking to get a comfortable lead. This is hit to the shortstop. Dyer. She throws home, but it gets away from the catcher, Crockett. That's an error on Dyer. And 2 runs come home to score. Jordan and Reeve score for the Reddies. Taylor goes all the way to second on the error. And Henderson State leads 5-1 as Caitlin O'Quinn digs in for HSU. It is falling apart here in the bottom of the fourth for the Lady Bucks. Henderson State, 4 runs in the inning on just 2 hits. Only one of those hits left the infield. Caitlin O'Quinn digs in. Squares to bunt, pulls it back, checks her swing. Kept the bat back 1-0. So an error on the shortstop Dyer. She was coming home for the force out, but just completely missed the throw. Pulled Crockett off the bag, and it got away from Crockett. This is slapped right side. O'Quinn safe at first. Infield single for O'Quinn and an RBI as Trejo comes home to score from third. Henderson State now with 5 runs in the fourth, and they lead 6-1. Zoe White digs in. Runners on the corners. 1 out. White squares to bunt. O'Quinn takes off for second, slides in safely. No throw down. Reddies with runners on second and third. Bottom of the fourth. Reddies already with 5 runs in the inning. White lines the foul ball over the head of Ashlyn Taylor, who's was leading off third in foul territory. 0-2 to White. White 0 for 2 today. Looking to keep the line moving. 0-2. High and outside, taken for a ball. 1-2. Through the left side. Another base hit for the Reddies. An RBI for White. That scores Taylor. O'Quinn moves to third. Dyer, the shortstop, dove to her right, but couldn't knock it down. And Henderson State's lead is 6. They lead 7-1. The Reddies with a touchdown in the bottom of the fourth, looking for the extra point and then some. Abby Moore digs in. Ness gets by the catcher. O'Quinn coming home. She scores. Going to third. And tagged out is White for the second out. So the Reddies get a run. But Christian Brothers throws White out at third. Reddies lead 8-1 now. That's the second out. Here in the bottom of the fourth. 1-0 to Moore. That's low and inside. 2-0. Moore led off the inning. Popped up to second base. She's hitting again here. 2-0. That's low. 3-0. Strike one to Moore. 3-1. If you're watching on the YouTube stream, just a quick note. There are 2 outs in the inning. 3-1. Hit hard through the left side. Moore's got a single. And the Reddies have a base runner back on board. And the Lady Bucks have a new pitcher, as Mackenzie Puckett had a really tough day in the circle. And we'll take another break on the Henderson State Sports Network. Third pitcher of the game for Christian Brothers. It's going to be the third pitcher of the inning. The Reddies chase Mackenzie Puckett after just 1/3 of work. Puckett gets 1 out, and it was not a batter, as it was Zoe White tagged out at third, trying to advance on a wild pitch. First pitch swinging by Kaylee Rice, and that's another single for the Reddies. Kaylee Reese, excuse me, misspoke. Reese singles through the left side, and the pinch runner, Madison Bannister, who pinch ran for Abby Moore, goes to second. So this is a marathon of an inning for the Reddies. Moore, Reese, and now Sled will bat for the second time here in the bottom of the fourth. 2 on, 2 out. Sled takes a ball, and it pops out of the glove of the catcher Crockett. Bannister takes third. Reese takes second behind her. 1-0. Henderson State already with 7 runs in the inning. Looking for more. 1-0 to Sled. Fouled off. 1-1. One to Sled. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Sled. Solo shot in the second. Walked and scored earlier this inning. One of 7 Henderson State runs so far in the bottom of the fourth. Looking for more. 2 on, 2 out. Bannister on third. Reese on second. 1-2 to Sled. That's low. A really nice stop by Crockett. That almost got away and would have given the Reddies a chance to send the pinch runner Bannister home from third. 2-2 to Sled. That's low. 3-2. Full count. Pitch to Sled. Popped up. It'll drift out of play. We'll do it again. First base is vacant. Bannister, who is pinch running for Moore, on third. Reese on second. It has been a marathon of an inning here. 3-2. That's low and outside. Taylor works her second walk of the inning. Her on-base percentage skyrocketing as Addie Jordan will dig in with the bases loaded. And now 4 Reddies batting for the second time in the bottom of the fourth inning. Jordan already an RBI single in the fourth, looking for more. Bases loaded. First pitch to Jordan. Outside 1-0. Jordan fouled out in the second. Her RBI single earlier this inning scored Kaylee Reese, who's back on second base. 1-0. That's low and outside. 2-0. Jordan, as usual, up in the box, open stance. Waits on the 2-0. Takes a strike outside corner, 2-1. Henderson State 7 runs on 6 hits, helped along by 2 CBU errors in the inning. 2-1. That's inside. 3-1. To Jordan. Outside, ball 4. The Reddies walk home a run as the pinch runner, Madison Bannister, makes this an 8-run ball game. HSU in front 9-1, and another visit to the circle for CBU as the catcher Crockett wants to talk it over with her pitcher Worm. This inning has been tough to recap. 8 runs now, 6 hits, 2 errors. Bases still loaded as Morgan Reeve digs in. Reeve, a single and a run already this inning. Reese on second, Reese on third, Sled on second, Jordan on first. First pitch to Reeve. Strike 1. Reeve 1 for 2 today, reached on an error in the second. Strike 2. Breaking ball catches the outside edge. Reeve trying to put this one in play, trying to defend the dish, trying to put pressure on a Christian Brothers defense that has not been up to the task at all times today. 0-2. Popped up. The second baseman, Bond, calls for it and gathers it in, but the Reddies put up a snowman. 8 runs in the bottom of the 4th. We'll go to the 5th. You're listening to Ready Softball on the Henderson State Sports Network. Welcome back to D. White Field, top of the 5th. Reddies in control, up 9-1. Savannah Kerrigan stays on the circle. For HSU, she misses low and inside to Kendall Westbrooks. Westbrooks, a 2-run shot for Christian Brothers in game 1 of the doubleheader. Right hitter digs back in 1-0. Swings, chops it left side, backhanded by Taylor, but never had a chance. Off-balance throw as Reeve had to run down the first baseline to make sure it didn't get by. That's an infield single for Westbrooks. So a leadoff base runner, infield single, as Memory Willingham digs in. Willingham 1 for 2. Kerrigan pours in a strike, 0-1. This will be Kerrigan's 70th pitch. About 2/3 of them have been strikes. Back to Kerrigan. She goes to 1. Kerrigan turns down the opportunity for the double play. If she goes to second, Henderson State could have turned 2. But Kerrigan takes the simple out at first, 1-3, as Willingham grounds out. That'll bring up Elena McGill. McGill, like Willingham before, digs in 1 for 2. First pitch. Runs inside 1-0. Kerrigan 4 1/3, 7 hits, 1 run. It was not earned. No walks, no strikeouts. She's been very solid for HSU today, especially with runners on base. 1-0. Sent to deep right center field. Going to be a long run for Trejo. She comes up firing. Relay throw home. Not in time. And the Lady Bucks keep this game going. That was a huge run for Christian Brothers because the Reddies were up 9-1. An 8-run lead with 5 innings played, or 4.5 if you're going to the bottom half. That's a run rule. So that run, kind of kept things alive for the Lady Bucks as Smith pops up into left center field. It's tracked down by O'Quinn for the second out. So the Reddies, if they had held the Lady Bucks scoreless here in the top of the 5th, that would have been a run rule victory as Kerrigan deals with a runner on second and 2 outs here. Digging in is Bree Brady. She's 1 for 2. Kerrigan misses outside. Both teams each with 8 hits. Unfortunately for CBU, the Reddies have 9 runs to Christian Brothers 2. Reddies in control. 1-0 from Kerrigan. Strike 1. Henderson State won game 1 of the doubleheader in extra innings, 4-3. They're in control here in game 2, 9-2. Reddies on the verge of winning their 5th straight. 1-1. Hit hard down the third baseline, foul. Kerrigan still looking for her first strikeout. That double by McGill that scored Westbrook's was the Lady Bucks' 8th hit, but just their first hit for extra bases. 1-2. Kerrigan trying to end the top of the 5th with her first strikeout. That runs inside 2-2. We'll do it again. Brady stays alive. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on second, represented by Elena McGill. Her RBI double right now keeping the Lady Bucks gasping for air. That's high, 3-2. If not for that double by McGill, the Lady Bucks would be down to their last out. But that double made it a 7-run game, so we'll go to the bottom of the 5th. 3-2. And we'll have another one. This has popped up and out of play. Long battle between Kerrigan and Brady. Kerrigan back on the rubber. Another 3-2. And another one coming. Fouled up and out of play by Brady, who continues to battle. Three-two again. And Kerrigan runs that in, and that hits Brady. So after a long, long battle between the freshman Kerrigan and the senior Brady, it's won by Brady a little bit painfully. Runners on first and second now for Christian Brothers. 2 on, 2 out, top of the 5th. 9-2, Reddies lead. Puckett digging in. Takes a strike outside corner. Puckett has had a better day with the bat than she did in the pitcher circle. Puckett 1 for 1. Single in the 4th, laid down a sacrifice in the 2nd. 0-1 to Kerrigan, from Kerrigan. This is popped up to center. Should be no problem, and it is no problem. O'Quinn hauls it in, but the Lady Bucks score a run, and we'll go to the bottom of the 5th. Henderson State can win it with a run and get their first run rule victory of the season if they can push one across when we come back. Welcome back to D. White Field. Reddies in control, up 9-2, bottom of the 5th. Lexi Trejo digs in to lead things off. It'll be 8-9-1. Trejo, Taylor, and O'Quinn. If the Reddies don't make any changes, that is. Trejo pulls the first pitch of the at-bat foul down the third base line. It seems as though we will have a change. Ashlyn Taylor not on deck. As it stands now, it looks like Madison Harris is going to hit in the place of Taylor. 0-1 to Trejo. That's low. 1-1. Muscled into left field for a single. That got in on the hands of Trejo. That may have been just a bit above the zone, but Trejo showed off the hand-eye and the strength. The Reddies have a leadoff single as Lexi Trejo has her first hit of the season for the Reddies. And Trejo has been solid. Struck out in her first at-bat, but credited with an RBI. She was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded, and now a leadoff single in the bottom of the 5th, so Trejo 1 for 2. Madison Harris digs in the place of Ashlyn Taylor. Harris takes low and outside, ball 1. Harris, 5'7" freshman from Princeton, Arkansas. One-0. Fouled straight back over our heads here in the press box. 1-1. Harris playing in her 4th game for the Reddies this season. She has logged 4 at-bats. She's looking for her first hit. So Trejo had her first hit of the season, and Harris is asking, why not me? And we're asking the same question. Harris steps out of the box, now back in. Harris, a right-handed hitter, waits on the 1-1. And that hits Harris in the helmet. She goes down to first. Looks like she is just fine, but wouldn't be surprised if we saw somebody check on Harris, as the Reddies will have a pinch runner. Seems as though Ashlyn Taylor, who is the one usually being pinch run for, is going to pinch run for Harris. So Harris wears it, but gets on base as the Reddies have 2 on and nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th. Henderson State's lineup resets with Caitlin O'Quinn. O'Quinn had her 9-game hitting streak snapped as she went hitless, 0 for 4 in game 1, but trying to restart the hitting streak, or already did restart the hitting streak with an RBI single in the 4th. First pitch to O'Quinn, lays down the bunt, bunts it back, bunts it foul. O'Quinn not up to her standards really today. 0 for 4 in game 1, 1 for 3 in game 2 with a couple of Ks. So 1 for 7 combined for a player that's batting .417 coming into the doubleheader. O'Quinn swings and misses, 0-2. O'Quinn trying to put it in play and at the very least move the runners over. Reddies up 9-2. Bottom of the 5th. Runners on first and second. Nobody out. O'Quinn shows bunt. Brings it back and strikes out. 3rd K of the day for O'Quinn. She is just not seeing the ball great, it seems, this afternoon, as Zoe White replaces O'Quinn at the plate. And White, much like O'Quinn, started 0 for 2, but had an RBI single in the 4th. First pitch to White. Swung on, lined down the left field line, and that is your ball game. Henderson State run rules Christian Brothers. They go up by 8, 10-2, and that's it. A little bit of a delayed reaction from the umpires, but this one has decided the Reddies win it 10-2. The Reddies win it 10-2. They win the twin billing. They sweep Christian Brothers on a beautiful Tuesday. They win Game 1 4-3. They take care of business in Game 2 10-2. Savannah Kerrigan gets the win. She goes 5 innings, 8 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, no walks, no Ks. Kerrigan moves to 1-1. On the other hand, for the Lady Bucks, the loss will be charged to their starter, McKenna Rose. Rose falls to 0-8 on the season as the Reddies win it 10-2. Henderson State has now won 5 straight games. The Reddies improved to 8-16 on the season. Christian Brothers falls to 2-17. The Reddies will take a long hiatus from D. White Field. Henderson State will play their next game at home on April 9th when they host Arkansas Tech for a 3-game weekend set. 1 game on Friday, 2 games scheduled for Saturday. Those games, as always, subject to change, but as it stands right now, the Reddies will have first pitch against the Golden Suns of Arkansas Tech on 6 p.m. April 9th on Friday. We will see you then. For everybody who helped put this broadcast together, thank you for listening to Ready Softball on the Henderson State Sports Network. Yeah. Savannah Kerrigan.